with a zeal to grow in the domestic and international direct selling industry, Vestige provides wellness coverage to people of all age groups, giving them the opportunity to live a qualitative life. The company was set up in 2004 and within a short span of time has achieved this growth to become one of the largest, not just in India, but globally as well. So we're speaking, of course, during the pandemic, and if you can talk to us about how direct selling in the industry has perhaps changed during the pandemic. What have been those changes? What have been the lessons learned from the first and the second phase that we can perhaps put into use during the third phase if we do see a third wave? How have you as a company, how has your industry really responded, and what lessons have your
nobody ever expected. And there is one thing which I keep on saying for all of our businesses, especially Vestige. I always say that सफलता उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनकी तैयारी अच्छी होती है. Nobody was actually prepared for the pandemic, whether you talk about the first wave. Second wave, definitely people were more ready. But during the first wave, there was quite a lot of challenges. But since Vestige was technologically ready, we had our systems in place. So we were able to overcome in a very short manner of time. It took us around about 15 to 20 days to realize what kind of a situation has emerged, and we were absolutely ready. But actually this impacted people in two different ways. Number one, I would like to say it really impacted on the way which I must say is the product impact.
All right.
Why? Because now people actually became more conscious about their nutrition, enhancing their immunity and their hygiene and health. And Vestige, with the healthcare products, what we offer, we were able to give these products to the people so that people were able to enhance their health and enhance their immunity. And the second impact which pandemic definitely had on people was definitely the people impact, because so many industries were shut down, right? So quite a lot of people lost their jobs. And with direct selling was one of those industries which was even flourishing in pandemic, because the demand for the products, what healthcare products, what we have, is really went up and people started consuming more.
Okay.
With our delivery systems and our systems in place, we were able to offer product delivery to all of them. And that's the reason people started taking direct selling seriously as compared to any other things, because they said this is an industry in which we are able to earn money and we are able to provide health and wellness to people. So that's the way we were able to take over the impact on the first wave. Second wave, definitely we were much more prepared, right? And the lockdowns in the second wave were partial and not complete as compared to the first wave. But definitely it was very challenging. It was testing on the systems. But our learnings from the first wave, we implemented all of them in the second wave and ensured our product supplies were there, delivery systems were in place. So that's the way we were able to service people all across India through our products and through our systems.
How did you work closely with your distributors and your employees? We were just talking about the pandemic in terms of supporting and hand-holding them through this entire phase. What can you tell us on that?
Like I said before, pandemic was really something nobody ever expected, but we in Vestige, we evolved our systems to actually help our people. If we talk about our employees, we ensured that we formed in-house committees which would inquire about well-being of our people on an everyday basis, whether them or their families. Similarly, in our distributor groups, we formed out committees of these kinds where we would inquire about people, those who are not well, and whatever help could be offered to them. There are thousands and thousands of stories all across the country where people came together as one family to help each other, whether it was hospitalization, whether it was medicines.
All right.
And Vestige on its part actually helped quite a lot of our distributors. Those who were not financially well off, Vestige went out to actually help our people, give them extra income so that they could tide over the crisis what they were facing. If we talk about our employees, post-pandemic also, what we have done is we have got all of our employees and their families also vaccinated over here. So that's the way we have been able to take care of our people, because I must say our business is people's business. If you take care of the people, those who are involved with you, they are definitely going to take care of the organization.
The direct selling industry, which has evolved and matured in India, could provide excellent solutions for rebooting the economy in multiple ways in this post-pandemic era. In the wake of the pandemic, Vestige has aggressively worked towards enhancing its workforce skills with digital training to keep up with the changing times posed by the onset of the pandemic. Vestige has shown its commitment to its distributors and employees during these difficult times, from providing additional income to those falling short to providing vaccinations. You were very briefly talking about your female employees. So if we can, continue, and if you want to add anything to that, to really talk about how you've ensured that your women distributors and your women, employees are becoming self-reliant thanks to this model of direct selling.
Yes, Sunanda, in fact, like I mentioned before, that we have got 30% of our distributors are women. In tier 2 and tier 3 cities, women are getting opportunity to create an identity for themselves. And to actually help these women to become self-reliant, what we have been doing is we have been doing women empowerment programs, and we have launched products which are easier for the women to sell. Say, for example, we have got beauty skincare products, we have got color cosmetics also, which are over there. And as you mentioned, yes, we do quite a lot of women empowerment programs, which are specially designed to enhance their communication skills, their interpersonal skills, so that they can actually enhance their personality. So we have got quite a lot of grooming sessions also, which are happening over here.
Sure.
And going forward, we are absolutely looking at and increasing this percentage of women on how exactly they can become more self-reliant. So what we have done in pandemic is we went digital, and we created quite a lot of training programs in-house. So where the product knowledge and education was imparted to them through all these digital programs, so that during the pandemic also, they could enhance their knowledge and become more effective in the business which they have chosen.
The company offers a host of products ranging from Ayurvedic supplements to immunity boosting products to women's healthcare products. I'm going to take a very quick break. On that note, we're back in just a moment. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow Weekend Edition. This is a very special series that we are calling Super Achievers Making New India, powered by Whitesport. So on one hand, we're talking about women distributors and women employees. On the other hand, I do want to talk about youth. Given again this demographic dividend that we were very briefly talking about at the start of this interview, direct selling as a model is fantastic for a country like India because of the number of young people that we have. What could you tell us on this? How are you really helping them? What can you tell us?
Yeah, in fact, like I mentioned before, that 70% of our distributors are below the age of 35. And over here, youth are getting an opportunity to build their career. And what we foresee over here and what we are seeing at the moment also, that this youth over here is becoming, job givers as compared to job seekers. And what we have done in Vestige, since approximately 70% of the Indian population is below the age of 35, we have launch products which are youth-centric so that people can be able to consume these products and also be able to market these products. And we are doing quite a lot of youth enhancement programs. Like say, for example, we have got again a youth empowerment programs, and in the younger lot, people, boys and girls below the age of 35, we on a certain achievement level, we are calling them youth icons. So they actually become icons for other youth to follow. And believe me, there are wonderful stories which the youth has about their success in Vestige and their success in direct selling.
Okay.
And that's what I'm hopeful, that direct selling in the coming years will be able to offer quite a lot of opportunity to people to actually choose direct selling as a career for themselves.
You started in 2004, and in this very short span of time, you've become one of the largest in the world, in Asia, in India. Ranking, I understand, as far as direct selling Indian companies go, in the top when it comes to the DSM Global 100 list. Maybe you could, look back even as we are looking forward to talk about what do you think in this journey has helped you consolidate your position and become and come really to the top of the list.
Sunanda, that's actually taking me down the memory lane. I would like to tell you that we started in 2004. We started with 2 offices and around about 10 products and a handful of distributors. But we set our focus absolutely right. Right, as an organization, we focused clearly on our core values, and we said these are the values which we are not going to compromise. And first of all, our growth value was definitely growth, and that's what we did, whether in our turnover, whether in our products, whether in number of education programs, what we conducted, or new cities and new areas which we launched, and in number of people, those who became successful in Vestige. And second, most important core value was honesty. So we said we are going to be honest in our thought, we are going to be honest in the words what we speak, we are going to be honest in interaction what we keep with our people. So in true sense, we are going to be honest with people, those who believe in us. And there are other core values, but I would like to mention the core value which actually has taken us. In fact, we rank 36th largest direct selling company in the world, and the only Indian company to be in that list, and we have been in that list for 4 years in a row. The most important core value has been customer centricity. Company has always put the interest of our people, our distributors, before the interest of the organization. And all of these things have actually led to people having immense and unshakable faith in Vestige, which has helped us to continue to grow for 17 years in a row. And not only we are there in India, we are in approximately 6 other countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, we are there in Bangladesh and Nepal. And very shortly, we are going to be in quite a lot of other countries all across the world.
Even as we are talking about your plans for global expansion, in the short to mid-term, in the next 5 to 10 years, what expansion plans could you expand on?
Sunanda, in fact, we always work on our strategies for our business for next 10 years. And definitely we divide it into benchmarks, 5 years or 10 years. So what we are looking at is, as the world is going totally digital, so we are going to be focusing quite a lot on social media, on how exactly our people can become influencers, right? And along with that, what we are doing is for delivery systems, we are going phygital. That means physical and digital. The presence what we have with over 3,500 outlets, what we have exclusive Vestige stores all across the country, on how exactly we can have our people digitally ready to place their orders, to have services available to them, and with our physical stores on how exactly we can service them. So that's what we are looking at to do it in next 5 years. And in next 10 years, what we are working on is the changing scenario which is going to be there. If you talk about whether it is the Amazons and the Flipkart of the world, how expectations of the people are growing on delivery and services. That's something.
I do want to talk about a piece of statistic, and I noticed a previous interview that you were giving where you said that 18.1 million and the number of people you expect will be employed by the direct selling market by 2025. What skill sets are going to be needed by this talent base which is going to be employed by direct selling? Even as we're talking about the pandemic, every industry has had to change and respond to the opportunities and challenges posed by the pandemic. Direct selling, no different. For someone who's perhaps saying, I want to be in the direct selling industry, are there any change skill sets, if at all, which is going to be required?
Sunanda, in fact, this is a wonderful question which I must say you have asked because pandemic has changed quite a lot of things, and in that too, the requirement for change of skill sets. You know, you talk about webinars, you talk about Zoom meetings. There was something which were not being conducted in direct selling. And as the industry name spells out, direct selling, it is one-to-one and direct selling which was there. But I must say the adaptability of the people in direct selling has been really phenomenal. During the first wave, people actually adopted in 15 to 20 days time to start building their business online through webinars, and people those they were not able to contact earlier, it was easier to contact them now. So like I mentioned before, that in our strategy for next 10 years, since social media is going to be very, very important, the skill sets which are going to be required by youth and the women and those people, those who are going to pick up direct selling as a career, is going to be technologically savvy. And whether it is definitely communication skills are going to be very, very important. That's those trainings which we keep on offering. Along with that, the product information, because being truthful in this industry is very, very important, not only to make a sale, but actually to retain your customers for a lifetime. That's what we recommend to all of our people, and that's what our people follow. So the skill sets which are going to be required, nothing much is going to be changed, except that they have got to be technologically savvy to start using social media in a more effective way, to be able to influence people, because when people become successful over here, or they have product testimonials which are over there.
All right.
So in my belief, they are phenomenal influencers themselves to the people whom they know. So those are the things which are going to be required in the coming years for people to build up their direct selling businesses in a much, much better way.
All right, Gautam Bali, thanks so much for your time on this very special edition of Super Achievers Making New India, powered by VoiceSwat. Good having you here tonight.
Thank you so much.
As always, for those of you watching at home, if you have any feedback for us, here's how you let us know. To get in touch on those details that you see mentioned on your screen, that's how you can reach us. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.